All right, so the Shure MV7 and the MV7 Plus, which one is better? Which one do you like? And is there even a difference? Let's find out.
Welcome to Randomly Functional Reviews and Recaps.
The longest name ever.
My name's Jordan. That's my real name.
Randomly Ronnie. So let's talk about the Shure MV7. Both, of course, love the podcast space. You within music and as a DJ. I love radio and all these things. I love this microphone, Jordan, but now they have a new one called the MV7 Plus. But I just don't know that some new products are always worth the while.
Right. So I'm a fan of Shure. I have some Shure microphones in my DJ setup. The SM57? Those are the classic go-to. They're like workhorses. You drop them, throw them around. They're good microphones. They're durable microphones. The quality is durable. The quality is durable. The build is solid. The sound is good. These are not them.
But listen, even though it's funny because that was a little bit of a critique in a positive way, and also I was like, is it better than the original? Because I love my MV7. The only issue that I had with it was the port on the MV7 Plus is actually USB-C to USB-C, which I like. And of course the XLR is available. But to me, you got to go USB-C. That makes much more sense to me. But in terms of everything that this had to offer, yes, the microphone you talked about is more at a higher level. But I was never necessarily disappointed in specifically if you're like a plug and play podcast type style. Okay. For that, it does a good job.
Okay, can we talk about your setup real quick? Because This is my setup here. Let's talk about your setup and why you want a USB microphone.
Well, I don't necessarily, but I'm saying when this wouldn't be for me per se, but when you're starting off a project and you don't necessarily have access to here's a Rodecaster, correct? If you don't have access to that in an XLR right off the bat, to me the beauty, and I still say this, the beauty of this microphone is the options for both. I feel like you're getting a solid microphone, and if you have XLR availability, better and perfect. We all know that. But if you don't, you could still feel really good with the option to go USB-C.
Okay, that's fair. So I picked up some of those Yeti microphones. They were USB, and they have the headphone jack, so you should be able to monitor through the microphone directly. And I had the idea, well, let me pick these up, and I can probably plug the headphone jack into the Rodecaster and record there. Didn't really work out right. Wouldn't connect. I couldn't get sound through it. It wasn't just quick, easy, and go. So I switched back to these, and these I've had for a while. I've recorded the function. I recorded the radio show with these microphones, and these are Samson microphones. You get a 3-pack for like $40 and $45 maybe on Amazon. You get a 3-pack, and they sound just as good as those Shures that I was praising earlier.
Well, okay, can we come to the conclusion, and we're going to talk more about this Shure MV7 Plus in a second, but I feel like
sorry to cut you off, but this was my setup, so I'm running these typically 2, sometimes 3, more if we need to, into the Rodecaster, and I have the Rodecaster holds 4. This is the Rodecaster Pro 2, and it's got sound effects, it's got Bluetooth, but that's another review. Let's talk about the microphones.
No, but I was going to just say that I think that it's each setup based on what your needs are, which is, of course, an obvious thing. I originally started with the Blue Yeti also, and it was, good at the time. To me, the graduation was the Shure. There's a lot of different options. People do love Rode. We just talked about Rode for the Rodecaster. But yeah, solid. Even working in radio, as I've done for years, and we've worked in radio together, like a Shure microphone is legit, like we talked about.
So, okay, let's just get into it. We're talking too long. Let's get right into the review. We don't want to bore people. Would you care to do the honors and speak into it, or do you want me to go first?
I think you should go
first. We
could
both do it. Okay,
you go first.
Let's do this. Let me hit mute on this. Check 1 2. All right. So this is the Shure microphone we were speaking of. You can hear the plane overhead because we're outside. Let's actually put these side by side real quick. This is the Shure. This is a fancy Shure podcasting microphone. What is the model number again? Shure MV7.
MV7, yeah. The one you're using is the MV7 Plus. It does a great job with the quick start guide also, but just off your first reaction, what are you thinking?
sounds the same to me.
Well, wait, when you say it like that, it sounds like you don't enjoy it at all.
It's cool. It looks cool. Hold on. Let's go again. This is the MV7. I had it on mute. This is the Samson Poor Man's Pack. This is the Shure MV7. Samson Poor Man Pack. Shure. Samson.
But wait, what are you trying to prove with this?
Samson. I'm just trying to compare the audio. Look, in my headphones, they sound the same for the most part. There might be a little bit more low end that comes in a little better, but not much.
Well, I think when you get the start guide and the app, there are like certain features that might work good for you, which would give MV7 Plus just a little bit of an advantage, just if there was something so specific that you want.
All right, maybe it's a voice thing. Let's go with, I'm going to pass this to you.
Okay. And again, I'm coming off what I feel, which is I really do love the traditional Shure MV7 Plus. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to say what you said, the poor man's microphone, but a microphone at a lower price point that does really well for your setup. And let's switch up to the Shure MV7 Plus. Test. Let me see.
There you go.
See, it's also about where you hit the microphone too. That's the number one. So yeah, I like it. Very subtle changes. Obviously we're filming outside, so you hear the dogs, so that will tell you just how precise it is. But I don't think what you're saying is wrong, that a microphone that is not necessarily as expensive does a great job too. But I don't think that takes away from this one also. We do got to talk about looks, because a lot of times when people do podcasts and stuff of that nature in these day and age, they do like a visual. So there's some love to this new beautiful look, of the build, and I think that goes a long way too.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say something like, "Oh well, if all you care about is what it looks like, I'll spend the extra money." But let's compare the price tag. What is this one again? This was like,
so there's different packages for the MV7 Plus. $279 would probably be your entry. They have different packages, of course, to make it bigger and better. But yeah, it is a lot of money. And again, everyone's different from the way you light your show and what lights you use.
Right. So right now you're technically using both microphones because they're both on.
Well, because this is my press junket moment, and I'm talking to.
Let me kill one. Which one do you want me to kill right now? Which one do you want to stay on?
I think I'm going to stay on the MV7.
You're going to stay on the MV7.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
We're killing this microphone for now.
Yeah.
All right. You're on the MV7. I'm on the Samson.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, cool. And look, maybe when we play this back later, through on the computer or something, I might have a different opinion. But in my headphones of the Rodecaster,
yeah,
I would not spend the money on a microphone for looks.
I wouldn't spend the money on a microphone for looks, but I would say that I think the Shure MV7 Plus is worth the price tag. So,
okay.
Why are you looking that way? You look disgusted with that whole thing.
No, I don't have a need for a microphone that expensive when these do the job just fine. And again, maybe when we play this back later and that sounds way better, I might have a different opinion. We can come back to that. Maybe we'll do like a recap or a circle back type of deal. But
I think it's also navigating the plug and play style, because the first microphone I got, actually, I don't even know what the brand was. That one didn't work plug and play style. Then I did the Blue Yeti, which I used for a little bit in the original first couple podcast episodes. Mm-hmm. So to me, Shure was like finding that magic. And I'm not somebody who makes my judgment on what everyone else has, but it doesn't hurt that lots of people, very talented, high level, brand new, beginner level, love the Shure microphone. So in some level, I'm not saying this is worthy of points, but you are in a bit of a community, and Shure should really capitalize on that, to be honest with you.
Do people like these microphones just because someone else likes the microphone?
But I didn't say it that way. You said it that way.
I did say it that way, and I'm asking you, is that what, do you think that?
I'm saying possibly, not because they want to be in the mix with other people, because that's like a little cheesy, but because people are very busy. They're creating their wonderful shows and podcasts, and they want to do the fastest and easiest and most efficient. So for me, it was when I didn't know what I was doing, granted I came from radio, going into podcasting, it was the Blue Yeti, and I thought that would work. I'm not dissing the Blue Yeti, but Jordan, The Blue Yeti is nothing compared to the Shure, and we all know that. So what I'm saying is, lots of people at a high level are using it, and the start guide and the app could really work and to benefit it for you. You just want to go with what's easiest. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'll go into...
Don't make me the enemy.
No, I'm not. Well, maybe there's some stuff in the app that'll make it sound better, but just raw out of the microphone into the mixer, into my headphones, into my ears, they kind of sound the same.
Well, wrapping up this episode of randomly functional reviews and recaps is what Jordan is saying from your experience as a DJ as well, is don't always go to the biggest price tag and think that's going to do the trick. Like, you got to learn how to use the products. You got to learn how to use them functionally, dare I say. And I think that's what you're saying. Don't sleep on what you could get for a lower price point and it'd do just as good of a job. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Don't get caught up in the hype. Try some other shit out.
I think we were fair, honestly. Like, I really, again, I would get it because, again, I use mine nearly every day and I love the original MV7 Plus. The original MV7 rather. I think the Plus is cool. I think I'm kind of fine with the regular. I don't know that I would need to get a bigger.
And now I'm kind of talking shit. Sorry, but
this went left quick.
I see people with these microphones online, and like when you get random
okay
podcast clips that pop up on your social media, and they got these microphones and they're holding them.
Oh, well, Jordan, now we could do a whole nother topic on people who, and I don't want to talk too much trash because, we're not perfect either, but there's two things. When they hold them, it looks silly, number one. Number two, when they have Shure upside down. Now, I'm not saying you don't make a mistake in your busy life. You're working your 9 to 5, trying to put, food on the table and all these things in your podcast is secondary and you make errors. That's different. But I'm telling you, the bare minimum, you see it out there a lot. And people literally, and I'll never do it because it makes me cringe, when you're doing the show, and I'm talking, Jordan, celebrities that have shows and all the money's kind of being taken care of them for them, they'll have like this upside down Shure on the camera. That I can't stand. To remedy that, this is what I'm going to tell you should do. If you go to the Shure website, you could actually customize and like get your logo or certain colors or whatnot too.
That's cool.
That to me actually is a get. And in that regard,
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So I might do that down the road. But again, this one has done the job for me, but I value everything you said too.
I'm just saying, if you're going to handhold it, you might as well get a handheld mic. Like these. I feel like I'm like trying to sell these. I feel I don't want to sell them because I don't know. It's just like my secret shit. It's like
points were made. And one thing you'll know about our friendship, working like 20 years of friendship in radio and all these things, is we don't always agree. And you will see that with the random functional reviews and recaps. This was the beginning.
Even when we do agree, it sounds like we don't.
It sounds like we don't. I think that's the end. But do what you got to do. Get the microphone that works good for you. If plug and play is more the style, if you want to know about the greatest Rodecaster, or, Rodecaster would be, what would that device be called? Audio interface?
It's a recording device.
Yeah. Yeah. Make the smart decisions. These are just the ones that work for us today.
This one, and again, I don't want to make it about the Rodecaster, but this one actually is like, it's a Rodecaster, so it's for a podcast, and it's got like sound effects.
Very good.
Yeah.
I love to be the adulation. I guess the big question is, are we as cheesy as when you wear like Nike and Adidas in the same ensemble because we're with the Rodecaster but a Shure microphone? That's the real scandal. That's the real scandal.
Let's not.
But you know what I mean. Yeah. Like, if you want to be real, that's why I said we can't dish it too much because we're not perfect, close to it, but not perfect. But yeah, Rode, but then a Shure, and then these ones from, I don't know. You got this at a Cracker Jack box, but they do the job. Ooh, that was rude. Cracker Jack box, really?
I like Cracker Jack.
We like Cracker Jacks. All right, that wraps it up for this one. But yeah, go get your Shure MV7 Plus if you like it. If you don't like it, put a review or comment as to why not. There you go.
Randomly functional reviews
and recaps.